let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she
impossible
gets a gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there?
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror. It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last
binge
week.
it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
That was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh, shoot. You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give
horse?
me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
Out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh, shoot.
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
She's eating.
Alex is eating.
She turned her mic off to finish the bite.
You ate 2 protein bars? Are you even gonna have dinner? Yeah? And a donut?
What did? How long did you work?
6 hours.
Oh,
But she
man,
didn't
like-
eat beforehand.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It was a very big
Why
mistake.
didn't you just eat?
Because she didn't wake up
No.
until 11.
I woke up at like 9 o'clock this morning. I actually got like my first night of decent sleep for like a week. And then we were just laying in bed. Josh was looking at TikTok or something, and I rolled over onto his chest, passed the F back out.
Speaking of TikTok, which I have not shown any interest in, but I watched one today that had me rolling.
That's
It's addicting.
It's addicting.
There's this guy. It's like after hours at the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and it's these two people imitating this argument between Mickey and Goofy, and it is. And the guy's like he's hiding in a bedroom or something. It's hilarious.
TikTok is okay. So there's the best description of TikTok that I saw recently. It is a party. You walk in. There's
Oh.
different conversations here and
Going
there.
on.
You got
and
people
can
making
choose
food.
what conversation you want to be a part of.
Yep, you got the dancers, you got the people who are doing awesome tricks. I mean,
The
there's
people talking politics, the people talking
90s nostalgia. I mean, you get food junkies,
theories.
Do you?
conspiracies.
When's the last time you've been to a Buffalo Wild Wings?
Been there
Are you talking about dine-in?
the last time we did.
When we went with you.
In July?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get
You didn't
carry
go
out.
for football at all?
We get no.
No. We
Well,
always
anyway, I
say home.
asked because they usually have Chive TV on, and that is addictive.
That's
You know,
just like TikTok.
yeah.
Or I mean,
only it's similar, but it's like a compilation of kind of similar videos, and it's people doing just incredible things,
mhm.
and some people doing the dumbest things like fails. You know,
Is there a reason why you don't want it?
it's just too much.
It will fill up your time.
It
It's
does.
It's too much. I don't even know how to.
There's
Is it
a lot
too-
of really funny cat videos.
I'm sure there
Oh
is.
my god.
That's what YouTube's for. I mean,
Well,
This
anything
is
you
easier
want,
than YouTube.
Yeah, I
anything
guess,
you
yeah.
want is an app away.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ease of the
It's
world
just
now.
a bombardment of content, and
Right.
sometimes you need to
It's-
slow it down and
it's-
simplifize.
Well, yeah, that's kind of
Is that a
how
word? Simplify. there we go.
simplify. Yeah, it's kind of how
Simplify.
symbolize. We're gonna symbolize it. That's how TikTok is. It's addicting because it makes you go to the next thing and the next thing. It's so ADD, and
I
it's,
don't know.
nothing's
for me,
longer than a
It reminds
minute.
me of like, it feels like a big group of people hanging out. You know what I
Right.
mean? For me, it feels like kind of a getaway away from life, and see that people are still having fun outside of
Did you see our
COVID.
comment on YouTube? Oh, Brett lost. Oh my god.
Just hold it.
Oh
The
man, that's
whole
like
thing
the
went
whole
down.
thing just fell off.
Oh my god. Can you reattach that? I think that may be
try.
possible. Alex, you want to help him?
I don't know what I'm supposed to.
Because I mean, I can get up. But
Mhm.
so we got the comment on YouTube saying, "Don't do it." I spent 8 hours on TikTok in one day when I called it quits. I spent the last couple of days. I've been doing like maybe a minute here or there, and then I'll like share it or
There
save
we
it.
go.
Just be very careful. It looks like it's leaning.
Brett, how come you're the only person in like our four and a
only
half
this
years
room.
doing it? No, you broke the chair. You broke the
I
table.
didn't do anything. I moved in an inch.
I know, but I'm saying like in all the podcast history, you're sitting there. We're doing the podcast in the dining room on the first year. Oh, this chair's
That's 'cause
going.
I had a fat
Kaboom!
ass.
And you broke
That
the
was
chair,
great.
and then our podcast table upstairs, you
You
leaned
shattered
on it
that.
and shattered the, or not shattered, but split it in
I
half.
split it into two pieces.
And then you've had issues with this thing falling off.
Only at this table.
Doesn't matter. It's still you.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't showed such a rounded corner, man. But you never said the episode number. by the way.
Oh yeah. What episode is this?
This is episode 244.
And we had a suggestion to go back to our numbers being significant. So the 244, actually the 244 Remington, which is also known as the 6mm Remington bullet, is a widely known bullet that's been in production since
Glad you went with
1955.
a gun.
I had no choice. Wikipedia only had that.
I did.
Well, Wikipedia, we're getting to the numbers where they're starting to either be spiritual, or they're talking about the BC era.
Yep, it's hard to have when you get this high have
Right.
significant numbers.
So I want to talk about gears, Brett. What?
Hold on.
What? It,
Hold on.
Alex, why are you holding on?
Because I have another significance to number 244.
What?
It's Pokemon number 244, which is Entei.
Oh, that's your favorite.
It's not my favorite.
Well, one of
It's
your
just-
favorite
it's
legendaries.
it's a really good fire type Pokemon.
Yeah.
in Gen
Oh, I
2.
guess I could go to the Pokemon too.
It's like
I
if
could have done
we ever
that.
can't find anything, we'll be like, all right,
Well-
well, there's no significance to this number, so we'll go to Pokemon number blah blah blah.
They're in the 900s, so
Are you serious? I thought they were in the thousands actually.
not yet. No,
Not yet?
no. But Gears. Talking about Gears on Saturday night. So we had a great first start, and then we started the second go around for Horde, and your mic broke.
So
What happened?
it didn't break, but so for the first time ever, I had a first problem with my Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and I needed to change batteries in the remote. Once I did that, the remote would not connect, and I tried my other one, and it would not connect.
Right.
So in doing so, I removed the part that plugs into the controller,
Yeah.
the controller for my headset.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the
So right away I'm angry because I wasn't sure if I was going to get my progress because we were in the late
We were in like
40s.
40s, 44
Yeah.
or something like that.
So, or maybe it was early 40s. But anyway, so Patrick said you got to reset.
You can't do anything about it. Yeah.
So I reset, and then I couldn't get I got my controller reconnected, but I couldn't plug in my
Your headset.
the controller back into the controller of the headset into my Xbox controller. So, and I was already pissed, so now I'm even more angry. So I chuck the headset across the room, and I'm like, screw it. And I turned down the volume, and I turned on a movie because I was so pissed off. And I was also pissed because we were on a small map. Somebody put up 100 turrets, so I could barely get a kill anyway.
It wasn't just me. Don't look at me.
Half of that map was covered in turrets.
I had 2.
So, but
I only buy 2.
that is fine for you guys, but me when I
do it
play
on
Gears,
my side of the map.
when I play Gears, I like to rely more on my running and gunning skills rather than a bunch of crap around me.
I do 2 turrets all the time with every map we've done. I've only done 2 turrets, and I usually do a corner that I can't cover, and then I normally rely on melee. That's my thing.
Which
Alex
have melee perks.
Alex over here thinks that she could be all
I
goofy.
camp my own
buying
corner the whole entire time,
Mhm.
and then I fill it with turrets.
Okay,
My
You
side.
didn't fill the corner with turrets.
You filled the
half
whole-
the map with turrets. So it's literally an enemy walks anywhere, it's getting shot at with the turrets.
Right in the spawn
Like-
points too.
There's
Okay.
been points on certain maps when we get to the 40s and we've
We've
You know,
relied on those.
we've got a bunch of power saved up,
Yeah.
so we can literally stand in the map and almost never fire a shot because the turrets are taking down all the enemies.
Right.
I've been
Well,
playing Gears
if you
Horde
feel
since
like that,
Gears.
then I'm not gonna get more than 2.
Listen, it just depends on the map. River is a small map and it's
Right.
not
Yeah.
much
Pretty small.
real estate.
Yeah.
But so I've been playing. We've all been playing Gears Horde since it's come out. But in Gears Horde 2 or Gears 2 Horde, there isn't anything to use. You have to rely on
I
your
know.
run and gun.
Difficult.
So that's what I got used to, and that's not what I mean. I like to do more of that than relying on fortifications.
Yeah, I get it, but
So,
I just do it for fun.
Going
that's
back
all.
to it, I decided I'm just going to screw around now.
So why wouldn't you
okay.
let us give you power? When
I
you
know
came
we were
back?
trying to give you
So,
I
power.
was giving you power and you bolted from
When
me.
I got
was
back,
chasing you.
I got all my stuff, so I
Oh,
didn't
good.
need the power. I'm like,
Oh.
He's going to try to give me power, so I just start running away.
I chased you like 3 times. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I didn't even know you had power.
I
Maybe you could've-
think everyone else tried to give you something too.
Me and Rick.
So I got all my my progress was saved,
Nice.
and I came back, and like all my perks that you buy were capped out, so I didn't lose
Oh.
anything.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we go to the second map, and I was really just dicking around.
Yeah, it's
And
farmland.
then
You and your walker.
I set up my turret on the far end, and I just kind of stayed in
Dude.
that area, and it did pretty good.
You killed it with that one
Well,
spot.
I got that turret early.
Yeah.
I think one of
So-
those I think that turret got. I think at one point Josh was like, dude, I think this
This
turret's
has
got
like
like 80,
85 kills by
85
towards the end.
kills.
That's a lot for a
Yeah.
turret. And not only that, we surrounded you in decoys.
I surrounded. Well,
Well, we
I
put
did it
more.
before,
You did.
but I can move the ones that
Yeah,
you said.
yeah.
So
So
it's not
we
like I was
surrounded.
stuck.
Were you AFK or something at that point?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's what I thought. I was like,
Oh,
Brett's
okay.
surrounded by decoys, so I was like, let's put more around him.
so we just put a
surrounded-
whole bunch to protect you.
It was cool. It was a fun time.
So
but
yeah, I mean, I calmed down.
2 turrets, Alex.
I
You
guess
only
my max
get
is
2.
2.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes it less of a
I get it. I know
mean-
what you guys are talking about. I just do it for fun.
unless we're doing a higher difficulty, and then it's more like you rely on that power for reviving like we used to. Now we're just too leveled up. Even when you were like, hey, let's switch.
That was a really good
abilities,
idea, by
which
the
was
way.
really
'cause
your
I
class.
really like my new abilities and stuff,
I like my new class.
and
too.
I like my new
Well,
gun.
the last time we played,
we were killing it.
yeah, because you can literally hit a guy once and he's done.
Me, yes, because I bleed him with my knife.
So-
150%.
and your class had a perk for melee, so that's why you could do it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just thought
What's
it was time
that
to
gun?
switch it
The
up. It
new.
was
What's
getting
the DMR that I'm using now?
That's the it's the one from they model it after the DMR from Halo Reach.
the MK the
yeah, the
Mark
MK
whatever it is.
44 or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
great.
don't know. I really like that. I like
Well,
that way better than the
Don't
retro.
you use it all the
Lancer.
time?
Yes, I love it. Oh, I've been
Like
getting
I used
headshots.
to go. I went from my retro Lancer to the M bar, and I really
Mhm.
liked that. And then I started getting really good with the shotgun, and then I got this new class, and I got that DMR, and I basically was like, well, screw all these guns. I'm using this
Why don't you just go to the fabricator and try all the guns?
That's a
I
good
don't know.
idea.
because I usually get stuck
Instead
on
of
one that
spending
I
money
like.
on all those turrets.
Besides, there's medals for
For
getting
upgrading
kills
guns
with
and-
not
yeah.
upgrading guns, getting kills with different guns, which
Oh.
allows you to what's it
Level
called?
up.
Level up.
that-
All right.
So
Anywho,
It
that
was a good
That was the
time.
gears.
yeah, weekly update, guys. How you guys doing? How's your week been? I mean, the snow hit pretty freaking hard last week, multiple
It
times.
started to get warm yesterday. It
Mhm.
wasn't as warm as I thought it was going to be today, but starting tomorrow, we're in the high 30s and then in the mid 40s by the weekend.
And I
saw
just
that.
shoveled the sidewalk today.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but there's a lot of snow.
There's a lot of
There was.
snow.
It was heavy. It was like my shoulders are they're gonna hurt tomorrow probably because I haven't worked out like that and for how long's it been now?
4 weeks.
Yeah, since the middle of January. Yeah.
4.5 weeks since we got COVID.
Yeah. So Alex is still dealing with, in fact,
Yeah.
worse than ever, kind of still dealing with.
Yeah,
the
I'm
effects.
actually. It almost kind of feels like it's trying to break through again. Like it's kind of weird. Like I'm coughing during the day, which significantly, which is weird because last week it felt like I was getting a bunch of energy. I was only coughing in my sleep,
Mhm.
and I feel really fatigued. I have my COVID headache back for the last like 2.5 days, and I can't get rid of it.
Don't you have that one prescription?
Yeah, I do, but I have to. The only time I could take it is like right before I go to bed because it's like a sedative. Like it'll knock me out.
Now, what we learned, Brett, is that COVID actually affects the early 30s females.
Yeah, there was
you get long-term effects.
well,
like-
not necessarily. So the doctor had told me like when he did like the recheck and stuff on me, he said your lungs sound good, your heart sounds good, but like all the breathing tests and stuff that I had to do, I got like super lightheaded just by doing them, and that's not normal. And then this week my oxygen level got down to 93, which is, I mean, it's okay, but it's low.
That's pretty bad.
And even during COVID, it didn't get underneath, I think, 97.
Right.
So, and I can feel it too. Like it's harder to breathe on like my left lower side. Like I feel like I can't. It feels like there was a rubber band basically around like my chest. Like I can't breathe all the way.
Yeah.
But I just get really, really tired, and I get out of breath very quickly.
And the doctor said that it affects your age range. Right?
Yeah, he said basically, there's like a significant data that says like there's basically everything that I had. So if you get COVID, like all the bad stuff, not just like the sinus symptoms, if you get like the cough and like the 15 different signs that we had, to the point where it just about takes you to the hospital, but it didn't. So which is me. For some odd reason, females in their 30s that are healthy and athletic and get hit hard with COVID, they take a lot longer to recover for some reason. They don't know why, but that's just like some dead data that they had out. And he's like, it could be a couple weeks, it could be a couple months. This is all still really new. And then he told me to take vitamin D supplements and stuff with iron. Drink a lot of fluids. I'm supposed to eat every 4 hours. I'm definitely not doing that.
No.
And rest as much as possible. That's really it. And if I'm not better in 2 weeks, I got to go back again.
Yeah. That's next week.
I thought for sure it was like, I think it was like Thursday or Friday. I was like, man, I'm feeling really good. I'm progressing. I'm getting a little bit more energy every day. My cough's going away. And it was like, I think it was Friday night or Saturday. All of a sudden, every day has gotten worse. Like I'm going like back downhill. So it sucks. Don't get COVID. I'm like 4.5 weeks out.
Yeah. There was a Nintendo announcement. They had a whole direct last week, and I just want to announce one game that makes me excited. That's Mario Golf Super Rush. So I'm really excited about that. They haven't had a Mario Golf in a while, so that's all I really have as far as like the week update goes for us. I mean, unless you have anything you want to say that has happened to you guys, we can just move into whatever segments you want to go into, Brett. I don't care.
The movie club.
The movie club, yeah. So what the movie club is, every single week we pick a movie to watch, and this week it was Alex's choice. At least one of us has not seen the movie, is the stipulation, and this week was The Truman Show, starring Jim Carrey, Ed Harris, Laura Linney, and Noah Emmerich. And the synopsis of the movie is, if you haven't seen The Truman Show, an insurance salesman discovers his whole life is actually a reality TV show, and it came out in 1998. Brett, you've never seen this one.
I haven't.
What'd you think?
So I didn't understand like at the beginning. There's kind of like this whole mystery thing because of the love interest that wasn't his wife. What was her name?
Oh gosh.
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Yes.
So I'm like, what? Wait, what is going on here? Because she tries to warn him that it's all lies. I'm like, well, is there like a dark side to this?
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured out as he's figuring out what's going on, and at the end, like I liked this movie, but I didn't like watching it. And then you
'Cause
get
it's
to the end.
mysterious.
Then you get to the end, and I thought I was really like I felt terrible for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought his entire he's what, a 30-year-old man?
Yeah, and he's right before
His
he's 30.
entire life is a lie.
Mhm.
And people do it for, I mean, it was done to him for ratings on a TV show.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And I thought that was terrible.
It's like it's a concept of your life being a reality TV show, and there's actually people have a condition called Truman syndrome, and it's also called the Truman Show delusion. Where back in 2008, a New York Times article,
Oh, I
psychologists,
remember hearing about this.
yeah, in Britain and the U.S. reported a number of people are experiencing this. The belief that they are
They're on a TV show.
they're
Their life's
they
a
are the
reality show.
unwitting star of their own
Yep.
show.
People in this day and age want to be in front of the camera.
Mhm.
This guy didn't know he was in front of the camera,
Yeah.
and when he found out, didn't want it.
Right.
You know, at the same time, it's all he's ever known. Like
Yeah.
it's literally the only thing he's ever known,
Right.
and it was all a giant lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you notice all the product placements and
Yeah,
stuff
well,
that they were doing?
That's what caught me off guard first, but when they like pushed him in front of the sign, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then when his wife was blatantly doing it,
Yes. Yes,
he's
she
like,
was.
he's like, what are you talking about?
Now, Alex, when did you first see this movie? I saw it when it came out on
I-
VHS back
yeah,
in '98.
Probably about then. Well, I just remember my mom bringing it home and we
Mhm.
watched it.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've loved this movie since I first seen
It's
it.
always a good one to put
They-
on.
For me anyway.
I did not think it was funny. Like they're really.
No.
I
like,
don't think it's supposed to be funny. It's
And
more
that's-
drama.
that's
Mhm.
why I'm not a fan of Jim Carrey in a dramatic role.
Well, this was put in such a dramatic fashion that people on the set were actually forbidden from uttering phrases from Carrey's past comedy roles in between takes.
Oh,
Yeah, because
to
this
keep
was
him
what,
serious.
98?
Yep.
Yeah.
It came out in '98. The movie's
So-
actually based in '95.
98 is after Dumb and Dumber and
Oh yeah, his
Ace
big.
Ventura.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That big breakout year.
When was
Mhm.
Liar Liar?
97.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, all of those big ones.
So here's the thing to mention about that. When Siskel and Ebert reviewed the Truman Show, they apologized to Carrey because when Ace Ventura: Pet Detective came out, they said that he would never have a career in Hollywood. And then the Truman Show came out, and he actually
What
got
movie were they watching?
Ace Ventura.
That's
I
my
mean,
point.
I
Yeah,
know. That's
I
what
mean-
I'm saying.
Film critic.
Okay,
yeah.
but before
Ace
Jim
Ventura.
Carrey, there wasn't anybody like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's his own.
Well,
like
Andy
Robin Williams.
Kaufman.
I know, but Robin Williams
Well,
is Robin
he's been
Williams. Jim
compared to
Carrey is Jim
Kaufman.
Carrey.
I got to
Like-
tell a story about Jim Carrey.
Okay.
So I was watching just this 4 or 5 minute video that Howard Stern had David Allen Greer on, and I think David Allen Greer, I don't know if he auditioned for Ace Ventura or was offered a part for it and read for it, something like that. But he's friends with Carrey from In Living Color.
Yeah.
So he's on Howard Stern, and he's like, he saw this movie, and he thought, like a lot of people did, that this movie was gonna just bomb.
Right.
And then he runs into Chris Rock after the premiere, and he's like, "What'd you think of that?" He's like, "This thing is gonna bomb." They both Hollywood comics, big names, thought that they're trying to be supportive of Jim,
Yeah.
but they think this movie is terrible, and it just blows up and is a huge hit,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim Carrey's kind of just been like the right fit for most of his roles that he's done. you
Well,
know?
at the same time, this might be the only non-comedy of his that I've seen.
Really? You never saw? Okay, so the other roles would be like Man in the Moon,
Majestic,
I've never seen
The
Man in
Majestic.
23.
Majestic.
Number
is-
23, yeah.
Ooh, Majestic's a really good one.
It's fine. Eternal Sunshine.
Oh, that
Uh-uh.
one's probably one of the.
My
That's the
sister
top.
really likes that.
That's like
It's
one
a
of the top.
really-
It's really, really good. Like, you got me nostalgia bumps thinking about it.
Now Truman was supposed to be just out of high school when they actually wrote this role. and that's when he was supposed to discover all these things. But due to Jim Carrey's actual age and him being in his 30s, it came to be more of a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out like that.
I didn't like Laura. I don't like Laura Linney.
Yeah, she's awful.
I do not like
Well,
her
hold
as
on.
an actress. I'm
I
sorry.
don't like her
I
in
don't
anything.
mind her. I hated her character.
No.
What role do you like her in?
Well, I couldn't remember anything I've seen her in.
Okay.
Even though I know
No.
I have.
Yeah.
She's annoying.
Now
Like, I don't
she
really like
studied
her.
Sears catalogs from the 50s to develop her character's
Yeah,
poise.
you could
So,
say
yeah.
And I think this really it really hit me when he literally runs to the wall with his boat.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh my! And then I remember they'd show that big dome that they built,
Yeah.
and his world
Mhm.
is in there, and it's all fake.
It's
Mhm.
yeah, and it's actually constructed in Burbank, California, hence his last name.
Yeah.
So Truman Burbank.
What do you give this?
I'll give it a 7.
7?
Really?
Mhm.
Really? You're gonna do rating? I've still got some more stuff to talk about this
Oh,
movie.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. I was just interested to see what he'd give it.
Now the director wanted the film to be stopped in theaters at a certain point and he wanted to cut the video to camera shots in the theater, just so it added a little bit more of a mystery of an illusion of it being a reality thing.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey only wanted $12 million for the role, unlike his $20 million standard. So he
Why?
wanted.
Probably because he has enough money now.
Or
He
he- or
doesn't
he-
need it.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, or it could just be he just wanted to just do it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Truman Show was actually delayed for a year, so Jim Carrey could do the cable guy.
Yeah. Okay.
That one I've not seen, but I've heard it's not good.
It.
Okay, that's Patrick's one of his favorite Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah. I don't.
I don't like it. No.
I don't really like it though.
I don't know why people
I
like
really haven't heard anybody talk about it.
Well, it's got
positive
Matthew Broderick in
light.
it, right? Matthew,
Yes.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick's like the main character
Mhm.
along with Jim
I haven't
Carrey.
seen Me, Myself, and Irene either.
So
That
I
was
feel
pretty
like
crazy.
I've not seen it. You told me last night that I have.
it. What?
Me, Myself, and Irene.
We watched it.
I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, we
No.
watched it.
Nope. Got no recollection of that.
The travel agent is the one who suggests Ace Ventura in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. The travel agent of the Truman Show
Yeah.
is lady in Ace
Oh.
Ventura who says, "I got a pet detective."
Okay.
That's
yeah.
her.
That's her.
That's awesome.
Yep. I really enjoy this film, but I saw it when it came out, so the nostalgia is a little bit more of a
I still
push
think it's
for
a
it.
good like story that works today though.
I think Ed Harris can only be an antagonist.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people like him in protagonist roles, but I mean, he's
Well,
great in The
he was
Rock.
pretty good in as far as protagonist, radio.
Oh yeah, Radio. I forgot about that.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I saw that in theaters actually.
Me too. I think I did too.
I love everything about the Truman Show except the ending.
Why? You want more?
Yes.
You know, there's actually a writing that.
I want to see him get to Sylvia. Like I know that he
well,
does.
they had it written.
Yeah.
That he would, and he actually choked out the director.
What? What?
Like he met the director right outside, and he like choked him out, and then he met
Oh,
up
the
with
wait. The
Ed Harris.
And
oh,
Yeah,
not the
movie.
real director.
Not the real
I
director.
was like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, but and then he met up with Sylvia. That was what was written, and they cut that out.
Okay.
There's
No,
I
I wanted
more
to.
stuff.
I know, but it would be so cool to see like a Truman Show 2, like behind the scenes kind of thing, like him discovering the world.
No,
I know. It's just like I want to see what his life is like outside of the bubble.
the movie would have to be remade
I know.
in order for that to happen.
I know, but it's like it's just that's the only part that kills me is at the end where you see the exit sign, he pushes open, then he walks through. That's it. That's the end of the movie. I'm like, but.
I think that's the point.
I know, because that's the end of the show. I get it,
Mhm.
but I just want to see them together and like it would just
The dude in the bathtub was a little weird.
Oh yeah, we're splashing around. I'm
hold
like,
on.
this is one of my favorite Jim Carrey films. I'm gonna give it a 9, but
I got
that's
an
due
8
to my
You're a nostalgia factor.
my nostalgia.
Yeah.
So this week is my choice. I'm gonna actually give you guys a selection.
Okay.
Now we can either keep going with a Jim Carrey film and do Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or we can go into a good war movie, 1917. I've been wanting to watch both of those.
I'll give this choice to Brett.
Hmm.
Honestly.
I'll go with 1917.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it was like both of them are great choices. Josh and I saw 1917 in theaters.
but
It is
that's
definitely like our fan topic, which is what movie do you wish you would have seen in theaters? That after you watch this, Brett, like I can see that being added to the list because this is definitely a theater movie.
Well, they shot it in a special way, didn't they?
Yes, they
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Like
it makes
what?
it look
Like
like it
very,
was in one. It looks like it was in one camera.
like
cut.
one camera cut, like the whole movie. Like it's so
Okay.
But
weird.
me being a person who works in
You can tell where they do it, but they do a very, very good job.
yeah.
At
There's
showing
like
it.
one time when the camera like completely cuts in the movie, and it kind of like I was like, really? Oh, they shouldn't have done that, but I get why. But
Now, a camera cut is when it goes from one
Like a scene to
the
scene.
next.
Or
or
one
a person
side
to
to
another
another.
person.
Okay.
Yeah.
so
That's what I
so
thought.
So
when
basically, the camera's just doing this
It's
like the
moving.
whole time. Like
Don't
with
they film it from two sides? Like, isn't that how they do it in sitcoms?
they actually, I don't know. I think they just redo the scene. And then film with the other side, or well, actually, in sitcoms they do multiple cameras because it's only
Right,
one wall
right.
facing, kind of like the way we're doing our
Right,
podcast. So,
right.
but like when you do like dramas and stuff, I think they do the scene over.
No, it's really
Okay.
interesting watching like behind the scenes stuff because they had to like once it would start getting dark or something, they can only film between a certain time and time to keep the same lighting
Sure.
and weather and like it's so cool how they did this and
Is this a World War One?
Yeah.
it's one
And in fact, they don't make a lot of World War One movies.
No, they don't. It's all World War Two and
Yeah.
Vietnam.
just
Yeah.
I mean the scene where they go to No
When the-
Man's
No
Land.
Man's Land.
Yeah. Ooh,
Which is like,
intense.
oh my gosh! If you don't
it
know,
makes you
okay.
feel because they're doing the camera, not doing camera cuts. It makes you feel like you're there.
For those unfamiliar with No Man's Land, in World War One, it was basically battles in trenches, shooting people
Right.
over these mounds, and if you stuck your head up, you were getting
You were
sniped,
dead.
bro. And
Yeah.
there was a point where like people were at like war with each other within yards, and they called that area between each other No Man's Land, where if you cross that, you're getting shot
You're done.
up.
Yeah.
So, and there's a part in 1917 where
they have to
they
cross
show
it.
it. It's freaking awesome.
What pop quiz? What was World War One originally referred to as?
I know this answer,
I don't.
which is why Pearl Harbor pisses me off. Freaking Josh Hartnett's line. I think World War II just started. Well, first of all, the first World War was called the Great War. It was never named World War One until II was like done.
Right.
Well, I would guess. I mean, that makes
no.
that makes,
Stupid writing pisses
I know.
me
I'm
off. I
saying
want to
that.
punch the
I'm
writer.
trying to tell you I agree with you. That
Oh, I'm
makes
sorry.
sense.
Makes
Why
you
would
mad.
you call it?
I don't.
What
think
war are we in right now?
We're in the
World
first.
War, we're in the first war.
I don't
World
think-
War.
Pearl Harbor is renowned for its historical accuracy.
But it has a great battle scene,
It does.
which is Michael Bay's explosion extravaganza. So
Didn't Bruckheimer produce that too?
I think so. I know at least Michael Bay had a big hand in it. So let's talk about Texas real quick.
I know.
So-
Texas.
Little bit of a downside, Texas just went. I don't think they're kind of still undergoing a little bit of the power outage issue that they were going on. But on Tuesday the 16th, more than 4.3 million people were without power, and this was due to demand on the system for heat when they got 0 degrees.
Okay, so
Insanity for
Texas is not built for cold weather.
No.
In the world of climate change, whether you believe it or not, they might need to start winterizing the state a little bit.
Yeah. I've come up with the stupid suggestion that I don't know why nobody's done it. It might be expensive to do, but put water pipelines below all of your interstates and heat it. Boom, you get no ice. Heat
So
it.
as-
Heat your
as of-
interstate. That's all I say.
Winterizing the entire state of Texas is going to be
It's gonna be a nightmare.
very expensive.
If they don't have tolls already, they're gonna. Sorry, Alex.
As of 20 hours ago, a third of Texans still have
Rolling
power.
blackouts, or are they actually out?
It says that there's a widespread of power outages, water supply. Yeah,
Oh,
a
gosh.
third, which is a lot.
The
Texas is a big state.
Texas leadership has been criticized, probably deservedly so, especially
Right.
old. Now, we don't usually talk politics, but
No.
Oh God, can we talk about it though? He's a fucking asshole.
Okay,
Well-
hold on. We don't know.
you don't know him.
I don't
Don't
care.
know. You
If
don't
you're gonna
know.
put out a freaking tweet or a
Okay. Are you
statement,
talking about Ted Cruz?
yes.
Okay, so Ted Cruz left.
Oh my God, and then he
Texas.
goes to freaking Cancun to get away from everything.
So it was extremely bad optics. He
Yes.
shouldn't have done it. He basically threw his daughters under the bus saying they wanted to go, so I took them, and then I came back. He was only gone for one night. It was just somebody in his camp should have said, this is going to go horribly
Yes,
bad.
don't do
If
it.
the PR just gets to it, oh my gosh. Now what they're doing is they're actually rolling power because the grid is over. There's too many people running their heat,
Right.
and they can't sustain it.
Which now, I don't know how it works, but they run air conditioning on the same grid. So why is the heat making things difficult?
Maybe AC is easier.
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. I can't tell
They're
you.
used to having to do that.
Some people who still have power, their bills are in the thousands.
thousands.
There's one lady.
Thousands.
One notable bill is over 10,000.
Yep.
It makes me glad that I live in an area that has all the seasons, so I
Right.
don't experience something like this.
Because first of all, we live in a city that kind of doesn't prepare for snow.
I was gonna say,
very
I was like,
well.
wait a second, Josh is probably gonna have something to say against what you just said. Yes, we live in a state that has all seasons, but what year was it when we're like, when we couldn't do salt? We could.
Oh, this is back in 07.
It was like our budget was like, well, sorry, we're over
Well,
budget now, so we can't do it anymore.
There's that, and there's also that's just city government. You
Right,
have a
right,
budget for
right.
salt, and if it's a really bad winter and you're salting 3 times as much as the previous year, you just never know. We haven't had a bad winter in a
6
long
years.
time.
This one there was a little bit of a scare. It was going to be a little longer of a snowfall, and it was going to get pretty much worse. This is the most snow we've had in a while.
6 years.
Okay.
So it also, I mean, it's still February. We could have another big snowstorm before
We
the
could.
spring.
I like
hits.
saying that it's gonna be 45 though.
I agree.
It's gonna feel like summertime.
One official said that the power grid was minutes away from catastrophic failure, leading to months of blackouts had they not rotated power. So I don't know if the grid is still dealing with this, or if they've like come to the point where it's like, hey, we're gonna run into some damaging issues here. It's just crazy to me that Texas got hit like that, and it sounds like it might be happening again. I don't know. Like this weather pattern is insane. I don't want to get into what I think it could be, but man, it's crazy out there. And on top of that, I mean, like, we have our friend Tony. I don't know if you still talk to our friend Tony.
I don't, but
We follow him. On, yeah.
So if you didn't know already, Tony
They just had a newborn.
They just had a
I knew that.
newborn, and a few days later is when they got hit.
Mhm.
So they have this newborn in their house, and I saw that they posted that in their house they put up space blankets around the windows just to try to keep the heat in. So I ended up messaging him and saying, oh my gosh, you guys don't have power. You guys have a new baby in there.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys doing okay? So apparently with him, they were able to get to a friend's house that had power. So, and then theirs had come back on. So as of a couple days ago, they're all fine. But he said, yeah, for a few days they didn't have power.
I have a friend who lives in Austin as well, who was out for 3 days. Power out for 3 days, 72 hours.
The other thing about TikTok, Brett, the other good thing about it is that you can see like what's happening. Like you could just look up #Texas or something and see everybody posting what's going on. We thought going to the grocery store during COVID, like when everything just kind of, when the scare happened, and there was just shelves upon shelves being empty. So this looked like something out of a video game or like The Walking Dead. Somebody had posted that they were in their local grocery store just getting, I don't know what it was, just something. They have a cart. Everyone else has carts, and they all have flashlights because there's no power, and they can only pay in cash, and there is absolutely nothing on any shelves. Like, it's just cleared out. Yeah. Cleared out. Everything is gone.
Yep.
And I was like, that's scary.
Yep.
Scary stuff.
But everybody's nice and calm and in a line and taking it
That's nice.
fine. And I'm like, well, that's because everybody has a gun in Texas. And you don't want to piss anyone off.
Yeah, you want to be careful of that. Yeah.
You don't want to fight over the last Oreo.
One Cheeto, please.
One Cheeto, please.
But I want to go into the weekly fan question, topic of the week. So what I was going to go into is about effort. What, you want to say something about Texas real quick?
Yeah, I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
One other thing.
Yeah.
Was we were talking about how Texas is not meant or built for this kind of weather, and people aren't used to it. My dad had a story that he used to tell me growing up because when he was 18, him and my godfather had moved down to Texas for a year or two, I think, and lived down in Texas. And he said that was like the first year in God knows how long that they had gotten snow, and they got a big snowfall. And he said that they just everything closed down.
Mhm.
Nobody obviously knows how to drive in the snow. He said that they made a lot of money
Oh, absolutely.
because living in Fort Wayne, Indiana, they're used to this. So they would sit on an intersection, like camp out on an intersection, and get paid to pull people's cars out of the snow and shovel and all this other stuff. He's like, we would just kind of sit there and watch. That one's gonna go. That one's gonna go. And he's like, they would just sit on the corner and say, all right, $5, let me get your car out of the snow.
Yeah, watching them do it.
Yeah, he's like, nobody knows how to drive. I'm like, hey, we're from Indiana, we can help you.
So I was talking about shoveling, just as I was mentioning. Now we shoveled the driveway last week, and then it wound up snowing again.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of effort just had no payoff for me. So,
And we shoveled like a foot.
It was small accumulation the second time, though.
Yeah, but it was heavy.
heavy snow, yes.
The first stuff was fluffy.
So
So that was a little bit easier.
we had a meme go out today. What's a task that took a lot of effort but had very little payoff? Yeah, we had that was one thing to me. It always happens when I'm shoveling snow. It's like, this is gonna snow again, or I just shoveled the sidewalk and it's gonna melt by this weekend. It's all gone.
I hope so. I
hope it don't
think
flood.
I don't think it'll all be gone, but
No,
it'll start to go.
no. That's one of my answers towards that. But another one that I have is like what's a task that took a lot of effort but had very little payoff. If I want to go into gaming, Sea of Thieves. All missions on Sea of Thieves. It takes a lot of time to get from one end of the map to the other, and all of the tasks.
I know you want to go back to playing that.
I really do.
But I went back last year. Last year,
Yes.
you talked me into doing it. And I
Mhm.
did. You know what happened? The same
We got
freaking
Kraken.
thing! The same freaking thing! And then you lose everything. You spent 3-4 hours doing something just to get pennies worth of stuff, or you get nothing.
Okay.
Nothing!
You get nothing.
You get nothing.
Sorry, whoopsies. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Sorry, it's a sore subject. I really liked the game when it first came out.
Yes.
When it first came out.
Brett, do you have an answer to this?
I really don't. I was thinking about it when I read it because I read it earlier this afternoon. I'm like, boy, that is one that would that just nothing comes to mind. I'm sure there is. There's probably all kinds of things, but I could not think of any one thing.
It's okay. Alex, you got something?
Yep.
Yeah? What?
Mhm. A babysitting job that I had.
Okay. Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
The only one that I had that I got screwed on that still kind of irks me to this day.
How much did you get paid for that?
$20.
How many kids?
7 or 8.
How long?
One babysitter.
All day. As a 16-year-old. At a
Should've
lake
been like
house.
$5 an hour.
And it was anything. I had an infant and everything from 3 to 6.
Wow.
7 or 8 kids. And I called them multiple times because I thought it was just they were going to go out on a boat for like 2 hours and come back. And it was from like 11 to 4 or 5. They didn't tell me how to feed them. They didn't tell me like who needs what. Wait. In
In
this
the morning?
Yes. This was a
11 to 5.
11 to 5.
That's not all day.
11 a.m. to 5 a.m.?
11 a.m. to 5
5
p.m.
p.m.
Or it might have been a little bit longer because it's daytime in the summertime. So it might have been longer like to the end of the night. I don't remember. It's just they were going out to go on the boat to go tubing, and then they were going to come back. She's like, we'll be gone for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like 3 hours in, I'm like, this kid's crying, this kid's doing. And there's 3 stories to this house. And this house is sitting on the lake. So when they want to go and play on the playground, I have to take all 8 children, go all the way downstairs as a 16-year-old holding a newborn, and watch them play on the playground, which is right next to the what do you call it? The thing that goes out into the lake.
Dock?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Like it sits right on like it's like a little river that goes out into the lake.
Oh.
I don't know what that thing, a creek or a river, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But, and then, so I have to watch them because the playground's right next to the water.
Sure.
So, and then of course they're like, I'm hungry, I want this. I'm like, I originally had driven up there to babysit one child.
Mm-hmm.
One child. And one person paid me and I got $20.
Were they different people's kids?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
And they
that's
told
kinda
me
cool.
beforehand, hey, are you sure you can handle this? I'm like, well, I'm going to have to, right? She's like, don't worry, everybody will pay you. None of their friends paid me. I did tell her
Aw.
about it, and she apologized. That was it.
That's a dick
but
move.
they pay you very well.
Other than that, they paid me a crap ton of money to babysit
So
their
why
baby,
did
and they
they
treat me
pay
well.
you well all the other times and not this time?
They
I
probably
don't know.
spent all their money.
They probably spent. I don't know. I just, that was like the one thing that still like gets me to this day. I was like, oh my gosh, I was pulling my hair out. I was calling them on their cell phone multiple times, wondering where they're at, kept going to voicemails because they were on the boat getting
Mhm.
drunk. So, and they just left
Those
8
cell towers
children.
out on the
Yes, and then they left 8 children to a 16-year-old.
Yep.
yeah.
So it was just,
Yeah.
and I put in so much effort. I'm like, well, at least I'm going to get a shit ton of money. Here's
Right.
a 20. I'm like, you kidding? If I babysat for you all day at your house, you would give me like $75.
Honestly, you should have handed it back and be like, yeah, that was.
I think it was more like I've never been stooped that much before, so I was kind of more like, do I like I'm just not.
As
I
a
was
16-year-old,
as a 16-year-old, I
yeah.
didn't know how. As an adult, I would have been like, hell no, where's my money?
Yeah, right.
But as a 16-year-old, I don't know how to argue that.
Yeah.
I just remember they said, Alex, you can come out to my lake house. You can spend the night. I want you to watch one kid for just a few hours while we go out on the lake. Blah, blah, blah. Sure, sounds fine. Next day we can take you. Oh, that was the other thing. Next day we'll take you out on the lake. You can go tubing. Yeah, you know what I did? Next day they took me out on the lake. I went on a jet ski for a few minutes. The dude wasn't. This was on some random friends that I didn't know's jet ski that he took me on. Was extremely rough with me on the jet ski and almost threw me off. Then they took me home. That was it. So yeah, it was just, I put in all that effort. I took care of your kids. They're all alive. They're all fed. Here's a 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got really pissed off.
So we got a couple comments on Facebook here. One from cousin Andrew saying, getting a 2 and 4-year-old dressed to go play in the snow for 15 minutes.
Right?
That would take probably an hour or more to
Well,
get them dressed,
Me and
depending on if they're running.
we used to go, on snow days, we'd go outside for hours.
Yeah, 15 minutes, really?
Yeah,
I mean, but 2 and 4
hours.
years old. Do you remember going out? I don't remember being that young, so I can't.
Oh, I
tell
remember
you.
being.
I couldn't tell you how long I stayed out then.
I think the earliest
Probably
age
not
I
at
remember
4.
is like
It was
5.
more like
7 or 8.
7, 8, 9.
Oh my God, I was outside for probably until the sun went down, maybe even after.
Oh yeah.
Bad idea for me though. We got
When you wake up until the light comes on.
right.
That was the curfew.
We got Justin. He says, teaching myself to juggle when I was in 4th or 5th grade. And that's kind of like a lost art, though.
Well,
but-
juggling is like it's a fine skill, but what are you gonna do with it?
right? It's exactly it. Unless you're doing stand-up comedy, which I mean, you could do that.
Well, if you want to talk about that, I mean, me learning the trumpet, that was a big ass waste of time with a lot of effort.
Well,
right.
It's funny because there's kids take band, but I mean, I would choose an instrument that you can do something with. I mean,
Right.
You want to know
like
why
like
I
a
chose the
piano.
trumpet?
Why?
It has 3 buttons.
Yeah, but you have to learn
It
so
has
much
nothing
more.
to do with, like, honestly, I think you figure out, like,
What's your mouth?
I'll learn the trumpet because it's got to be the easiest because it only has 3 buttons.
Doesn't-
No, it's all about this.
It's your lips. How tight they
Doesn't
are.
the tuba have only like 3 or 4 buttons?
No, the tuba
Is a slide.
is a
No,
slide.
that's a
goes
No,
down.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
that's a
trombone.
trombone.
Yes, the tuba does. Yes.
What's a tuba?
It's that big
Oh,
thing
that's that
they
big
put
thing.
it over.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
got some
3.
buttons.
It's-
Yeah.
It has the same valves as a trumpet.
yeah.
Yes.
I
It's
never
brass.
I said,
had-
what's a tuba?
I
I hope you know what it is.
had
I
no
don't.
interest in doing and playing an instrument, but if there was one that I would, if I was going to have to do one, I'd want to do the drums.
Piano for me.
That's probably the best one.
Well, a lot of
to
people-
use in
I
life.
would love to learn the
What
drums
is
or
it?
the guitar.
I think people who normally get into drums, they get into piano first. I think I heard that when I was younger.
Why?
I think it's to learn rhythm with your feet and hands.
Oh, because you're doing the
Oh.
You're
step.
doing
Oh,
multiple-
Yeah,
at
because
once.
that's
Yeah.
the one thing I don't know.
I can't
I
do
can do
feet
it on
and
rock
hands.
bands.
Josh
Serious
is really good with his,
I'm
with
not
his feet and
that
hands.
good.
I can't do the
I'm
combo.
Your leg has to hold a completely different rhythm than what your arms. Are
Yeah.
doing.
Yes.
I can't do that.
So
I
I
don't
think
think I
that's why
could
people
either.
would do piano, because you're doing the kick with the different movement of there's 3 pedals on a piano. I wish I knew.
And
what I
not
was
just
talking
your
about.
legs from your arms, but one arm is doing one.
You're moving with the hat
other arm
and
is
the
doing
drums.
another.
Yeah.
Huge props to people who play the drums.
Especially
Absolutely.
like you see some of these rock band
You
Or,
can't even see the
like,
drummer
famous
because
drummers because they have so many freaking drums.
Yeah.
How
That's
do they
how it was
know
when
which
we,
one to hit?
when we saw
I'm gonna see if I can pull one up.
when we saw Avenged Sevenfold back before the Rev died, who was the drummer?
Let's go.
We were kind of like almost front and center, and I just remember we never actually got to physically see the Rev because all we saw was his hands doing this because he had so many
I
drums
want to see
everywhere.
like what's a big band?
Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay.
No.
Slipknot. Has
Slipknot.
it. Okay.
Slipknot's got like what 5 drums?
Well, they got drummers.
That's what I mean, like 5 drummers. Like that was like the coolest drum.
I mean,
where's it? Oh, look
at
right
that.
there. Look right there. Right there. There you go.
Good God!
It's like
You can't.
how the hell do you like use
You
this?
can't see. Oh, that's on Pinterest. Let's not. Yeah, look at that. I mean, how you can't see? There's like, oh my God,
Yeah, there's way too much.
that's
Yeah,
just
that's-
insane, man.
I just remember when we saw Slipknot at Rock on the Rage, like there was like drum here, drum set here, coming up and turning around like this. I was like, how many fucking drums do they
My God. All right, so we got some on Discord actually. Make sure you guys are joining our Discord. That is our chat with our community. So if you guys are on there, we do appreciate that. We got Rob in Discord saying my ex. Well, I mean that makes sense.
Is it the Rob we know?
Yes.
I got a story about, not really a story, but I'll say something about Rob when we're done here.
Off.
No, it can be
Oh.
on the.
You can say it right now.
Well, it's doesn't have to do with this. I'll do it at the
Okay.
end.
Okay. And we got Briggs saying eating a brownie that didn't satisfy the craving.
That's
Oh,
a good
man.
one.
I love it.
That's a good one.
Yep. So make sure you guys are joining Discord. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put a link of Discord actually in our YouTube. I've got it already. So, yeah, Alex, do you have any from social media?
Oh, actually, Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah, I guess I didn't see this earlier.
Whoop.
Patrick, do you really want me to read this?
Well, I mean it's public, isn't it?
Patrick said, "Getting married. LOL. No, for real." I'd say going
Sounds
to
like a
school for heating and air. Got her a year in, and now don't even work in that field anymore.
Yeah, that's we were talking about that. Like he got injured, so he wasn't able to do the.
Okay, his wife at least liked the comment.
Yeah, they dog on each other so much. Like I follow her on TikTok, and yeah, she's got an attitude.
She's a funny girl.
Do you have anything else as far as the weekly fan question, Alex?
No, I thought I had one more on.
That's okay.
Messaged here.
What's your story, Brett?
So, would you consider Rob a shit poster?
Yeah, he sends way too many
Okay, so
memes
here-
that aren't even original.
I want to ask him what his standards are. What makes him decide I gotta share that?
Yeah,
'Cause some stuff I look at and I'm like,
Oh, that's really
What?
funny. And then
What
all the
does-
other stuff is
it
like,
makes
what?
literally no sense at all.
some stuff, yes. I mean, you just got to go down. You got to go down to his.
Now some stuff is
level.
quite funny.
Yes.
Like the one where the guy's reading the book and it says "Sweet dreams are made of this," and he's like, "Who am I to disagree?"
Well, those memes are. And the thing is, I dogged him for it, and I shouldn't have done that. But I was like, hey, man, you post a lot of memes, but they're not original.
They may not be original, but at least they're funny. Or they're not. The big thing to do right now is, if you're on one side of the political fence, is to post anything negative about the other side.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that.
No.
No.
He'll kind of make fun of all sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
That's
it's
good.
not like there's one dude. Everything he posts, and this guy I used to know from work. Everything he posts is political.
Mm,
It's either political or it's about horror movies, and that's it.
that's sad.
Yeah.
I've refrained from doing politics now. I'm like, I'm done. After I've said one thing or two things on there, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna do that no more. That's okay. I'll do fun things now.
You put out another fan question.
Yes. On Sunday, I actually meant to do this on Friday, but I was actually pissed at myself. We're talking about trilogies because Trilogy Trivia is one of the things that you came up with, Brett. Now the question is, what do people want our next trilogy to be? So there's actually some people who actually answered this on our social media. So let me get that up here real quick. Now, Brett, what was one that you were we've done? What have we done? I mean,
A lot. Or it feels like a lot.
I'd have to go through and look.
We should be writing this down.
So I saw your mom said Back to the Future.
yes.
I think Born was also a suggestion.
Yes.
For the sake of trivia, I would prefer to go with either like a Jurassic Park. I know you wanted to do Jurassic
I love
Park
the Jurassic Park
or
series.
Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Because some trilogies I'll probably be able to do trivia, but it won't be good trivia that comes from my brain.
I want to do Back to the Future.
I just wish that you were open to the Matrix.
Yeah, but there's too much. Like, all right. So
That's one that I wouldn't even attempt to write.
okay. So here's the thing. So
But
we
would you
did.
ever watch them?
I
I wouldn't want to.
struggled
I don't
with
know why. They're great.
with the Oceans trivia because
Uh-huh.
there's just so much going on.
The Matrix is less than Oceans. At least it's visual over dialogue.
I guess I just don't want something with too much dialogue in it.
That's okay.
Like there's just too much.
I
to...
just watched the Back to the Futures.
Well, I
No,
didn't.
no, you didn't just watch it. It was a
Before
while
Trilogy
ago.
Trivia.
We've been doing this for quite a
Well,
while.
about
for-
a year and a half. I still I mean, I don't need to watch them, so Alex, you can watch them.
Fine, you can answer it from heart then.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
what if we do Back to Future this time and Jurassic Park next time?
I already didn't want to do the Oceans.
Fine, whatever.
But we got some responses on social media. One person saying the Transporter movies. That's Tana.
Ooh, ooh.
Which I've only seen 2.
Wait, does
Number 2 or 2 of them?
Does
Number
Crank have 2 or 3?
God, not Crank.
Dang it! I love Crank.
Crank is so terrible.
No, Crank is amazing.
Cousin Andrew said The Matrix, and I thank him for that. Because, I mean, it's great. I love The Matrix. I love the whole trilogy is great.
See, I'd be for trilogies I have not seen. I'd rather do kind of like what you do with the movie of the week is just facts about the movies that behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because like I say, I can't really write trivia for movies I don't know well, and I don't like just that's probably a good question.
Mhm.
I like thinking about them from my own head and being like, okay, that makes sense.
And I made sure I put that in the post, Brett.
So, while we waited for Alex to get home, I wrote some just random trivia. If you guys want to take a crack at that,
Sure.
So you want to do Back to the Future next week?
I do. Yeah. Agreements?
man. let's
Okay.
start.
I'll make sure I put that down on our notes.
Once Brett is done, I do have a story to tell, which will lead into
Our fan question, which we
fan
never,
question.
like our other, like for next week,
Yes.
which should have been at the end of our topic, but it's okay. What was these questions?
So these are just from random movies. I'm pretty sure I picked movies that you've seen. The bonus.
I didn't mean it
to-
like that, but
Oh crap! I have a question here. I did not write these movies down because I was pretty sure I was going to remember it, and I'm not sure what was
maybe
what question
maybe we'll know what movie it's from.
Okay. So anyway, what product does Dan Reno endorse in Ace Ventura?
oh,
What?
What's the commercial?
What product does Dan Marino endorse in Ace Ventura?
I think it's DirecTV.
No.
No, he's doing a TV.
No.
He turns on a TV.
It's no. He's holding something because they those two guys pick him up and he's like dun dun dun. And
Is
then-
it toothpaste?
No. Is it deodorant?
It's got to be some kind of sports
That's
thing.
why
I'm thinking it's something when he sweats.
I
Is it
think it's like a sports thing.
It's a
like
foot powder.
No, it really has nothing to do with sports.
really? Okay, then I can't
Then it's a
remember.
beverage.
It's not a beverage.
Damn it!
What is it?
Isotoner gloves.
Yes, isotoner gloves. He's like so I just remember them going like da 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 da, and then like they pick him up and take him off.
Do you know what isotoner gloves are?
No.
Look them up real quick.
What are isotoner gloves, Alex?
They're like real, like women would wear them for driving.
They're driving gloves.
Really?
Yes.
Isotoner. Oh, there's a solution.
There you go.
There's slippers. There's gloves.
There you go.
So they're
Those.
literally just gloves.
Yes. I have a pair.
Why?
I don't think
Why?
I don't think that they're real isotoners, but there are.
Like a knockoff?
Do you remember? Well, do you remember in the movie he goes isotoners?
No.
You do, I guess. Wow, Alex remembers something from Ace Ventura that you don't.
Remember, he's like going through. He went through when he's going through the box. He goes isotoners.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
You mean
Alex.
at the mental
Yes.
hospital?
Remember, he picks up a
They
glove.
are.
Isotoners.
Wait. Okay, so that right there is a clue right there with this commercial. Interesting. Okay, makes sense.
Or is it when he's? Yeah, I think it says it's either that or is when he's in the house.
No, it's when he does the box.
Okay, all right. See? Oh, bam! I know that movie better than you.
I'm not saying you don't.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
When is Casey Poe's birthday?
Casey Poe.
Who's Casey Poe?
Oh, I know this.
Who's Casey Poe?
Cameron
Cameron Poe's
Poe.
daughter.
from Con Air.
Oh, damn it! I don't remember.
The only reason
the paper.
Yes,
I know it.
because he John Malkovich reads it out loud like twice.
I know he does. Josh, you can answer it.
July 14th.
Correct. 3 days before
Hi,
my
my
birthday.
name. Yeah, because
daddy's coming home on July 14th. My birthday is July 14th.
Yes, I know.
Make a move and the bunny gets it.
Which tooth does Stu pull out?
Stu.
His lateral incisor.
Correct.
Holy crap, Alex.
No,
That's from The
incisor.
Hangover.
It's gone.
That's from The Hangover.
Sorry, but I do.
I'm
do a
surprised
lot.
you didn't ask that when we did the Hangover trilogy.
He might have.
No, he didn't.
No. I know that movie a lot.
Lateral incisor. It's gone.
I know it. Did you have these two and these two?
Yeah.
Who knocked over the ATM?
Who knocked over the ATM?
In what movie?
Well, that's part of the trivia.
Who knocked over the ATM? So we gotta think of a movie where they knock over an ATM.
I don't know, Brett.
It's Liar Liar.
Oh, boss busted his. What did he break?
What's the
skull? Was it his skull?
What?
No, that's the guy's name.
Oh.
Boss, it's Skull. He knocked over another ATM. He needs your legal advice.
Is that the guy who?
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Is that the guy who he represents at the
I
beginning?
think so.
That might actually. Okay, so funny thing. What?
Funny
thing about
It's just so funny.
funny thing about Liar Liar at the end when
He needs your legal advice. I'm sorry. I'm just
At the
watching
end-
this scene.
in the airport when Jim Carrey is on the stretcher and they go to the family and they're talking to
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is in the background.
What?
He's in the background in a firefighter outfit. I'm gonna show you a
Wait,
photo.
say-
Wait, how is he on the stretcher and in the background?
Let me show you.
Trick.
Liar, Jim Carrey cameo. Now, when I show this to you, hopefully they have a GIF of it because I want to show this.
Right
Right
there.
there. So I'm gonna show this on our YouTube here.
What?
Is he smiling?
Yes, he's in the back. In fact,
That's
during
funny.
during the scene, you see him like laughing and smiling and stuff, and like talking on the phone.
Really? Oh yeah, you see it. Look, go down.
What?
Down, right there. That one.
Right there?
Yeah.
I need to.
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch that.
I'm gonna
and
have
see
to
it
watch
in real
that
time.
now.
Yeah. So he's just in the background. Make sure you guys are looking at that.
I'll tell you the movie on this one because this is the one I couldn't remember, and I went through kind of where I was at with the questions, and I remember now. From the movie Jumanji,
Okay.
Yeah.
what was Carl's nickname?
Carl.
Soul Man.
Correct.
Alex is really good
Did
at
you know?
Jumanji.
Did you know that?
No. Which Jumanji is now a trilogy.
They used
Yeah.
to call you Soul
I
Man.
need to
Soul
watch
Man.
that second
Yep.
one with Dwayne Johnson
We saw Welcome to the Jungle.
and which
and
was better than I thought it was.
yeah, I agree. It was enjoyable.
Okay. Which cartoon is Stanley Ipkiss watching?
Stanley Ipkiss. Hold on.
Roadrunner.
Well, it's Looney Tunes.
Isn't that Looney Tunes?
But I mean, that's a very broad
I
answer.
think you could consider it, but the reason I ask it is because it says it on the cover when he puts
Is
tape
it
into the
Dastardly
VCR.
Dog? Is that his name or
No.
Pepe Le Pew.
No, it's
No.
it's a wolf or a dog or whatever that.
The movie is The Mask, by the way.
Well, yes, the movie's
Yeah,
The Mask.
I
sorry.
know who you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, yeah.
Maybe we should just have it be like, can you guess the movie and the answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you still got more.
We still got 3 questions.
Okay.
What is it?
Screwball Classics.
Yeah, wouldn't have been it. No.
Screwball
Mm-mm.
Classics.
It's one of those
Interesting.
anthologies, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen those back in. I
Yeah,
used to
where
have
there's
those
like a
as
few
kid.
episodes or something on a VHS.
Yep.
Yeah, we had those.
Okay, so the movie and then the answer.
Yeah.
Where does Jonathan claim to get the key box?
Where does Jonathan claim to get the key box?
Yeah, I don't know the movie on that
the
one.
movie.
I was pretty sure you've seen this movie because I'm pretty sure we've talked about it, Alex.
Jonathan. So you. Key box.
It's more like it's a key box.
Is this Indian in the cupboard?
No.
Oh.
The only person I think of when I think of Jonathan is John Wick. I know it's not John Wick.
No.
Jonathan?
How
Yeah.
about he brought it to his sister Evie?
Evie.
Oh, Jonathan. The Mummy.
Correct.
Okay. Where to
All
get
right.
the key box?
I found your key box.
Alex loves the mummy, by the way.
I do. Read me the question again.
Where does Jonathan claim to get the key box?
I'm guessing off of a hooker.
No.
Because Jonathan, he's the party guy.
Do you know this movie?
I do. I know the mummy, but I don't know the
Do
answer.
you know the key box that I'm referring to?
No, I'm not. Should I look it up?
No.
No.
Well, you can't
I don't.
remember.
Okay, I don't know. I can't.
On a dig down in Thebes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. Yeah, I
Thieves.
don't remember that.
So the key box is the thing that turns like this
It's-
and the 6.
yes, it's that. He's
flaps
like,
open.
you want me to take you to Hamanatra.
No. You want me to take you to Hamanatra.
I love. If, as bad as the CGI is in both of those movies, they could have really done better.
That's all right. That's another movie that we had. Like, I don't know if we did a fan topic or like, what's a movie that you can just sit down and start watching from anywhere.
sure.
Yeah, The Mummy is definitely another one. Because remember when we were done with Cedar Point, we were super tired. We
Yeah.
got back to the hotel and The Mummy was
Was it
on.
TV?
It was, and I stayed up. You and
I don't remember after.
Josh
that.
went to the bathroom, and you and I just kept quoting it.
The only thing I remember once we got to our room was I showered and I passed
All
out.
of us showered.
I don't remember that.
We had to drive like over an hour to get from
Yeah.
Cedar Point to the hotel.
Yeah, and we had gone an all day, and
Mhm.
oh,
Man, I'm not remembering this at all.
I was so happy though that we spent the night at a hotel.
Me
I'm
too.
not remembering the mummy.
So
Your
happy.
sister drove all the way home.
I don't know how they drove, man.
We
Anyway,
stayed
Yeah.
late.
Yeah, we
'cause
did.
The fireworks weren't until it was dark, which was
Yep,
like 10
10.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what color is Goodspeed's Volvo?
Good speed.
Who's good speed?
That would be The Rock.
There's only one movie character I know with the name Goodspeed.
Yes, and that's Nicolas Cage's character, Stanley Goodspeed. Volvo. Blue.
I don't know.
Volvo.
Think of. Can you think of the scene where he's talking about it?
No.
Drive a Volvo, a beige one.
Beige Volvo. I'm just remembering the Corvette that he drives, or his Ferrari.
Ferrari.
You just smashed your Ferrari.
Wasn't mine.
It's not mine.
What town does Aunt Meg live in?
That would be from
That's
Twister,
Twister.
and she lives in. Oh my gosh, it's.
They eat.
I see it on the
Oh
map.
my god! It's not the map. I just remember them coming over to be like,
It's gonna hit.
Was it a real town?
oh, I don't know.
That's a good
I
question.
just remember like they go to warn him. They're like, looks like it hit. Blah blah blah.
No. They think it's going to hit. Looks to hit blank
Yes.
head on.
Yes.
That's when they leave.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I know the answer, but I am
As soon as you
so
say the city.
no, I'm so like overwhelmed with thinking of all these other movies that it's like completely blocking this. Like I can't get it out. Say it.
Yeah.
Wakita.
Wakita. Oh my god.
Say, it wasn't Wichita, so.
See, yeah,
Wakita.
that's the one that comes to mind because that's very well known in.
Yeah.
It is. And I know
Oklahoma.
like every line
Wait,
to that
is it
movie.
Kansas? Is Wichita in Kansas?
I know every line to that movie, including that, but you've asked so many questions and I've been like right on most of them. Like, I'm getting this. And then you go to Twister and I'm like,
We just watched
Shit.
Twister last summer.
Sometimes Twister's one that if it's on TV, I'll use that as like my secondary watch from like, because I'll
Mhm.
flip between at commercials and It's an easy one. It's an easy one to watch.
Son of a bitch.
So that's all that I got.
Okay, I like
actually,
that.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Pop
I like
quiz, asshole.
No, that's
Speed.
pop quiz hot shot.
No.
Well, he says asshole.
In
He
the
says-
beginning, Jeff
Yes.
Daniels says hot shot,
Yes,
No.
yes.
and then at the end in the train,
Yeah, at the
Keanu
subway.
Reeves says,
He says asshole.
I gotta watch
Pop
Speed
quiz,
again.
yes.
Actually, I want to put that on sometime. That movie, like,
You can just put it on when we're done.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like Speed.
I love Speed.
Not Speed 2.
Alex, you have to tell us a story.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you a story. So I got my hair done last week, and to get rid of my COVID hair that I've had for a long time. And as I'm sitting there, there's a lady in the chair to my left, and we're like probably as close to Brett and I right here at the table. And I just remember like when you get Brett, you go to the hairdresser, so you have conversations with your
Goes
hairdresser,
to
right?
the barber.
Whatever.
Well, she's not a barber.
I wouldn't
Oh,
say she's a barber.
okay.
I say she's a hairdresser. Whatever. It's a stylist, a salon person, whatever.
Oh,
So I'm in a really small salon. There's only like 3 chairs. It's just me and one other girl, woman, I should say, getting their hair done. So it's me. I'm sitting there. I'm talking, but then she had to go mix up some more solution. And then I'm just kind of listening to the conversation going on between the hairstylist and the older lady next to me. I just remember, like, she's like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and put you're done with your foil. I'm going to go ahead and leave you. Anything else you need? She's like, no, I'll be fine. And she goes, oh, my gosh, by the way, I didn't see that. I love your purse. And she goes, oh, yeah, where'd you get it? And I don't remember where she said she got it. And she's like, yeah, I got it on sale. I mean, I thought it was a steal. It was only $9,000. And I looked over at the purse. My vision went like this. I was just like, $9,000? And I looked down. There is nothing special about this $9,000 purse at all. It's plain. It's got a little sparkle around the trim. And I was like, you better have that thing decked out in diamonds.
So that's clearly a person who
wow.
is detached from what middle class.
I got it on sale for
Understands.
$9,000. And it was clear as day. It wasn't $900. Wasn't $9.
That's insane.
$9,000.
There's, the movie Just Go With It,
Uh-huh.
with the Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
So there's a part, one of his things is he's a plastic surgeon and he has money, but he's paying all this money to have Jennifer Aniston and her kids pose as his ex-wife and kids to impress Brooklyn Decker, the girl he's trying to hook up with.
Yeah.
And when someone says something that's expensive, and he's like, "Is it made out of panda? Why is it so expensive?"
I just like you can tell that this lady was like one that she goes and gets her hair done like every 4 to 6 weeks, or goes and gets massages, and like she's just living the high life kind of thing. Which I mean, hey, good for you, whatever. But $9,000, you're carrying a car around.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean, it's also a possibility that they have so much money that money has no value.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. So I remember looking over and I looked at the purse and I'm like, where is it? It was right next to me, and
I'm sure it
I
was,
should have seriously taken my phone and just like did a side snap of the purse and looked
Sure,
it up.
It was a designer thing.
You could have
Well,
asked
I
the
don't
brand.
see, and I should have probably gotten into the conversation and been like, oh, what brand is it?
Mhm.
But then she probably would have looked at me and my purse and been like, are you serious?
Your purse looks great.
I know it is a nice purse, but I'm
What are you
saying like
talking about?
I would never, ever in my life spend that kind of money. Whether I was a millionaire, billionaire, I'm not buying a $9,000 purse.
Well, at if you were a millionaire,
It's easy to think
maybe.
like that, but if you literally had more money than you'd ever need and you wanted it, it wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't
'cause
matter.
You have far more than you
I
need.
know, but I feel like I have a max right now that even if we have a good amount of money, or we get a stimulus, or we get our taxes back, or something like that, I still have a limit.
They're not comparable though. We're talking about immense wealth versus you have a couple extra $1,000 this month.
I know, but I'm trying to put it in as perspective of I know what it's like to have no money, and I know what it's like to have, I've got enough to
You
blow
are-
it on something.
You don't know what it's like to have so much.
Not
It
so
doesn't
much.
matter how much you spend on small things.
Right.
I still think that if I were to ever become that kind of rich, that because of the way I've grown up,
You think so?
I don't think that I would be able to go and spend that kind of money. Like what I call that blowing money.
Money changes people.
I know,
Sure does.
Think
but
about that.
I just feel like
You can say that and that's fine, but I still don't think you can really.
And maybe she
say
was brought
that.
up with money. Maybe she was brought up in money. I don't know. But I just
Very
remember
true. I
looking
mean-
at them and going, "Oh my God, you spent $9,000 on sale? What was it not on sale?
What was it originally?
My God! Oh, I got it 50% off. It was $18,000."
I don't pretend to understand what it's like to not know the value, to not, and not in a derogatory
I
way.
would feel
If-
bad for spending $9
you-
grand on
but
something when
if
there's
you
other
had,
people struggling.
if you were Jeff Bezos, $9 grand on a purse is the change you find under your shoe that's in your closet.
It would cost more for him to even think about it than to
How
just
about
do
this?
it.
Yes.
Let me say it to me. If I ever from right now, let's just say tomorrow I win $1 billion. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Josh and I do whatever, and I get the chance of buying. Let's just say I'm infatuated with purses, and I get the chance to buy this $9,000 purse. I feel like morally I would not be able to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, just because I know what it's like to be at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe at first, but then once you live 10 years and you never have a worry about money, your tune's probably going to change.
It might.
It
It
might.
might.
I mean, I guess I can't
Tunes
promise
could change.
anything.
Okay, well, here's the
but-
thing about human nature. We tend to forget things
Absolutely.
so easily.
I know, but us having money, a lot more money now than we did, like, let's just say, I always compare everything living in Chicago that first 9 months,
Right.
not having, like, it being completely negative in our account all the time.
But what I'm saying is,
Searching for money and change in our car.
after 10 years, you're gonna forget
You're going to
about that.
forget about being.
You're gonna forget about that
You're
struggle.
going to forget about,
Yeah.
you know,
I would pay
the
somebody.
financial struggle.
I would
Pay
pay
me
somebody
to feel broke.
Yes, I'm going to pay somebody to make me feel broke once in a while. Like, maybe that's what I'll do.
It sounds like something from Family
Such
Guy.
a hypocritical
Something
state.
Carter,
I know.
something Carter would do. You know, Lois' dad sounds like something he would do. All right, I'm gonna pay you $10 to make me feel bad about myself.
I don't know. That's just how I feel. What do we have up there?
I've seen similar handbags and purses where one is around 100, the other is around to be 10 grand. Most
Looks
times
the same.
it's just getting the designer name on
Yep.
it somewhere. Yep,
Mhm.
I totally agree. In fact, sometimes the designer stuff is worse. It like
Yeah,
for-
you're paying for a brand. You're paying
I've-
for the name.
I've seen some people put out some articles of clothing that they sell that where the logo, like Express. I'll go into Express thinking that their shirts are gonna look amazing.
Okay,
And
I will say though.
there's times when their shirts look great, and times when their shirts look like trash. man.
It's not about the product. It's the
I pay for
status.
quality, not
Status,
brand name.
okay.
I like quality. Something
Yeah.
that's gonna last a while.
So yeah, we kind of learned.
Well,
Anyways, so this is a fan topic. So because of that story, I came up with the topic. So it might not be said the way or put out the way that it's
We can
written
reword
down.
it.
the most. I mean the. I guess my go-to on this is I purposely pay more to wear Ray-Ban glasses and Ray-Ban sunglasses than I could get something cheaper, but I
Right.
like Ray-Ban. I like seeing on my sunglasses the little Ray-Ban in the corner. I just like it, so I
Are
purposely
they
pay more.
$9,000?
No, they're not $9,000,
No.
but they are.
They're-
Well, I don't even think they're considered designer, but they're.
They're-
I
No,
think
no,
Ray-Ban is a designer.
You can go harder than Ray-Ban. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah, like,
there's designers that you've never probably even heard of
for sure.
that
I mean,
are a lot more.
there's the podcast I listen to. It's an older man, and he's done well in life, but he's not like a millionaire or anything, but he's considered probably a 1%er.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he goes to this place that sells watches in New York, and he's wearing one, and he says to the salesman, you know, kind of, I like this watch. You have something similar. He's like, those watches are in the basement. So, as if to
Oh.
say, if you want something in that range, it ain't on the main floor. These are the expensive stuff. That stuff is
Wow.
downstairs.
Security stuff, man.
Yeah.
I've never heard that from a jeweler before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever will in my life.
Probably not.
Those are in the basement.
Yeah. So the way that we'll probably reword this, but what I've come up with is how much are you willing to blow/spend on something that's like non-essential or an accessory or something like that? How much money are you willing to blow on something?
Sounds good.
Like we'll probably be rewording that, but like
Mhm.
something like that. Like
We gotta get
And
out
if you
of here.
want to remain anonymous, like don't put your name on it or something, you just write down like, oh, I want to remain anonymous on it. 'Cause
Well,
I know
except
some
they-
people don't want to
they-
like gloat about
They'll
it.
be anonymous to the listeners, but not to the people who read the
No,
comments.
no, but if you private message us, a lot of the Instagram messages that I get are all private.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you just private message us and say, hey, I'd like to remain anonymous, but this is how much I'd be willing to blow on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So I know
Alex.
a lot of people don't like to do that.
Plug your Twitch. We
Plug
gotta
my
go.
Twitch. All right, so if you'd like to watch me stream on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're playing some Call of Duty. We got Season 2 coming up this week on Thursday.
Yep.
And then we're going back and forth playing some Gears of War Horde, which I'm going to take my Sentry porn down to a 2.
I mean, turret.
Or turret porn down to 2. Whatever you want to call it. Or how about this? How about can I just get a bunch of turrets and don't upgrade them?
Yeah.
You'll spend all your time repairing them.
Repair. Yeah.
I don't repair them. He does.
You need to stop that.
I only repaired one of yours during that. I was like, I'm just gonna let all of yours die.
I tell you that reclaim map, the farm, that's
Yeah.
big and plenty of room for us to separate.
I can have my own corner, and I can put as many turrets as I want in that corner.
But the thing is, nothing spawned by our fabricator
Yeah, I know.
on that end of the map,
Nope.
Never.
Oh, no, they didn't. No,
and that kind of irritated
kinda-
me.
no,
We'll
it's
put it
actually
somewhere
kinda
else.
We need to go a little more difficult, I guess. I don't
Okay.
We could
Anyway,
go up
so
the next-
there's that. I've also got a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/cutekitty. Got lots of reactions on there. I've got a lot of highlights from my Twitch channel, from my Twitch, as well as brand new-ish video.
You'll
that
have
was
one out this week.
And I'll have another one out this week, so go ahead and check that out.
Yep. For me, if you want to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MASTERL. I don't really have a schedule right now as far as any extra streams I do, but if you want to catch me for sure, I will be on Tuesday, Thursday evening at 9 p.m. and Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You can catch me playing Fall Guys. I'm also playing Rocket League. This week I'm getting into there's another game I was talking about with Patrick. I don't remember what it was. Shoot. Oh, I'll have to remember. But yeah, make sure you're checking out my stream. I'll be on there this week. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. I've also been doing graphic design work on the side. If you guys are interested in that, do be sure to private message me on Twitter, which if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
And as far as our podcast goes for our social media, we're on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we're on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited.
Discord.
Oh, and Discord. Make sure you join in our Discord, too. We would
New
appreciate
public
if you guys do
Discord.
that.
Now
Yep.
available, guys.
Mhm.
Lots of fun. Big
Yeah.
chat room.
Big chat rooms. Big chats.
Big chat.
On a final note, on last week's show, I had said I had watched some documentaries on murdering women, which the one was Jodi
That
Arias.
sounded so bad.
Wait, not I'm murdering women, but women. Women murderers. Women that murdered. But
That's really not
I
that
got
funny, but you know what I'm
something- I got something wrong. So I said that in the case of Casey Anthony murdering her daughter, Kaylee
Yeah.
Anthony, I misstated that a big thought was that George, Casey's father, covered it up.
Yes.
That was not the case.
Hmm.
She got acquitted, and there's theories out there, but nobody really knows how Kaylee died or who moved her body to where the remains were found.
Did someone
So-
call you out on this?
No, but I was
Oh.
listening to the show today, and I'm like, because I watched another documentary about it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I'm like, ooh, I had that wrong. So I wanted to set that straight. And then I started watching the Britney Spears doc, but then I couldn't find it, and then I never went back to it, so I'm like half done on that.
Did we watch anything this week, Alex? Anything else other than we went back to King of the Hill because
we were talking about King of the Hill on
stream.
on stream. So we watched the episode last night, which is our favorite one, which is the Megalomart blowing up.
Yes, I was just thinking about that.
It's at the very end. Sir, you have to calm down. Make the
I cannot understand you.
boom.
Boom Howard's great.
There was somebody that comes in that watches the podcast and it was on my Twitch over the weekend, and he was like, "Oh, I don't ever watch King of the Hill," because we all quoted it, and he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like,
I don't.
What?
I
And he's
don't
alright.
know. I don't think I've ever seen an episode.
Really?
I was just
So why the hell are you laughing about that one?
because that part is funny.
that part's
but
that quote. Yeah.
The characters just don't do anything for me.
It's
and-
Sir,
Okay,
sir,
so-
sir, you have to calm down. No, I have to know what you're saying. The dang go mega do boom.
That's not what she
Well,
says.
it's not
Yeah,
at
I
all.
know.
But hey,
It's
here's
something
the
like
thing,
that.
though. You have to relate to them, but they it's very redneck.
It is. It's extremely redneck, but it's also
Oh, they're in
very
Texas,
funny.
right?
Yes.
I'm about done with Sons of Anarchy. I got like 4 episodes left.
We're still watching Rules of
I wonder how it's gonna end.
I know how it ends. But
Yeah.
like I said when I mentioned before, I'm catching stuff that I don't know if I ever really followed some of the story, like the details of the story real well, especially in 7 because I was ready to just get done with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
But
how it felt.
Now, now I'm watching like, oh, okay, this is making more sense to why things transpire.
Right. Right.
I don't know if I could ever rewatch it, to be honest.
Well, I feel the same way about Breaking Bad.
I could go put that on right now.
I could too. It's been a minute. So
Could you just watch one random episode, or would you
Yeah.
want to start at the beginning? And
It's
watch
always
to
better
the
to
end?
Well,
start like at the beginning, just
But
because
here's the thing:
of the
if
story.
I start at one episode, I'm continuing on from that.
Yeah, like that's how it'll be. Like if it's on, we're like, okay, well, yeah,
Here's where
we'll
we
just
go.
start from here.
Yep.
Once I finish it this time, I probably will wait 4 or 5 years before I watch it.
I
Oh, we're
can't tell the
watching
last time.
WandaVision.
We are watching WandaVision, which is if you have Disney Plus, check it out.
We can't really talk about it,
No, I mean, but
so
we
it's
can-
just really crazy. I'll
It's-
just tell you to keep watching it.
yeah,
That's
it's,
it.
It's getting better.
Questions are being answered. More questions are forming, and things are opening up.
So you know the Agents of Shield show that has nothing to do with the MCU. In fact, once they announced that, they're like, "This is just canon now." So this WandaVision is like it's a direct continuation from Endgame. So
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
basically it takes place, I think, a week after Endgame or something. It's like
No, it's like 3 weeks, I think.
yeah, it's like directly after. So it's kind of
Well, wait,
Yeah.
hold on. No, it's 3 years.
is it years?
Yeah, because it's after the blip. Oh,
No, it's 3 years after
it's 3 years
Infinity
after. It's after everybody went bye bye,
yeah,
and everybody's coming back.
right.
So yeah.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. It's been a great episode. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 245. Unless you guys have anything else you want to say? No? All right.
Nope.
Bye, guys.
There.